So I guess I'm in a video making mood. So people ask me, they say, how much do you work out? How many days a week? And the answer to that question used to be 5 or 6 days a week, right? But I cut that all out, and here's why. When I worked when I worked out 5 or 6 days a week, it didn't give my body enough time to recover, even if I alternated body parts, right? Muscle groups. Body parts sound so vulgar. But what I do now is I'll train like 3 or 4 days a week, but I'll just go super hard on those workouts, like just crazy intensity. And I go to failure now, which I used to not go to failure because I was taught that it zaps your central nervous system. So, I'm not going to say who told me this. There's so many influencers on YouTube. I was told to do like, let's say you're doing curls, for example. They'd say like do like 3 sets of 12 or whatever, and don't go to failure unless you do like the last set to failure, right? Whereas now I could do those same curls, but instead of doing 3 sets of 12, why not just do 1 set of to your max limit to failure? That's the high intensity I'm talking about. And that's what Mike Mentzer was trying to tell people. Rest in peace. He died in 2001, I believe. But I'm really starting to get into this Mike Mentzer dude, because the way he explains training, it makes so much sense to me. And I'll put his stuff in the description box. But why train? Okay, this guy was like Arnold's rival, right? So Arnold's whole thing was train each muscle group 20 sets each. So if you're training shoulders, do 20 sets of shoulders total. Whereas Mike Mentzer's like, nah, screw that. Just do 1 set all the way to failure of each exercise. Just do 1 set. Because when you do multiple sets, he's saying it's no longer beneficial to the body. The way this dude explains it just sounds so smart. I'm not as smart as how he was, but the way Arnold trained and others, it also has this benefit in a sense. So I'm kind of like 50-50 on it, whether I'm going to do high intensity or high sets, high reps. I mean, high intensity is high reps. But long story short, I only train like 3 or 4 days a week because rest is extremely important. That's one of the 3 main things: rest, training, and diet. So, like legs, I'll hit legs once a week and be good. Shoulders, I can hit once a week and be good. Arms, I might hit twice a week. But yeah, you don't need to spend all day in the gym. You really don't. As long as you go hard on the days you're in the gym and you rest outside the gym properly, and I know everybody gotta work. As long as you rest properly, give your body plenty of time to recover. Because if you're not recovering properly, let's say you overlap a workout 1 day or 2 days later, but if your body's not fully recovered, you're not going to make the maximum amount of gains. That's why it's called bodybuilding. You have to stimulate the muscle just enough to where when you heal stronger. That's how you make growth. But if you're constantly training, it's kind of like that guy Jack Zama off Baki the Grappler. If you're constantly training, you're just digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole. You're not making any gains necessarily, or you will make some gains in the beginning, but the gains will stop because you're not getting any rest. Does that make sense? Rest, diet, and training. It's like paper, rock, scissors. They have to be equal, like the Department of Checks and Balances. But yeah. What do you think about this? How do you guys train? And I'm not going to say I train like Mike Menser every workout. Like I just do one set to failure on every exercise. I will do it the Arnold way sometimes if it's like curls maybe. Or like, no, I wouldn't even say that. Curls, I will go straight to failure. But like bench press, a lot of times I'll do it more the Arnold way, like 5 sets of 5 or something like that, depending on the weight. You know what I'm saying? Or lat pull down, I'll do 4 different sets of failure. You know what I'm saying? I'll do multiple sets depending on the exercise, depending on how I feel. But yeah, that's what's fun about the gym, man. When you just figure stuff out on your own, it really is fun. Like, I love learning about, if I do this exercise like this, I'll look like this. Or if I do this instead of this, this will happen, opposed to this happening. Yeah, but always weigh yourself, take pictures so you can see the progress you're making. Write your weight down. Drink water. And peace.